Yo, what's up, fellas and ladies? It is October 14, 2021, and today I traded Nrxp. So this one actually ran 2 days ago. Made a pretty big move, and then the next day, well, yesterday, it just like dropped like 10% or something. And then now some news came out. I forgot what the news was, and it's irrelevant, I guess. And then this shit gapped up all the way to 1375. Maybe I could show you which. Oh, there's my other trend line. Show you what I mean. Okay. So there wasn't really much else moving today. So yeah, let's see. It went from 7 to 11. Then yesterday it just dropped out the open. Made set a bottom here around 875, 9, but it never broke lower. So that's kind of like, oh, it held support, over this 850 to 9. And then today you see this huge gap up again. So day 3 Momo setup. So I was looking at this gap up, and then I was like, oh, and it is on SSR today, which means short sell restricted. You can only short into the upticks. But what stood out was this 30-minute trend. This is what stood out to me. So first you have this the previous high, which was 11, right? So that's one thing. All right, let me get this thing out the way. So you got 11 previous high. So my plan was like, okay, maybe let me watch for a dip between $11 to $12. So I was thinking like maybe I should start buying if it dips under 12, and then kind of monitor it over 11. So you can see here during pre-market, the 30-minute trend was above 11, somewhere 11.10, 11.20s. So I was like, okay, bigger trend is up above previous day's high. So that would be a good support area. And then the 1 hour trend, 60-minute, was all the way at the like 1080s. So I was thinking, all right, maybe if the 30-minute trend breaks, then I'll add as it gets to that 60-minute trend. That's like the dip, because usually when it dips to like the 30-minute 1 hour trend EMA, it tends to like bounce off of that. And plus, since it was just at 1375, wouldn't it make sense to buy near that previous resistance at 11? So that's kind of what I was thinking. So now that you know basically my whole idea, now I could explain to you my entries. We go to the 3 minutes still looks clean. Yeah, the 3 minutes good. So pre-market, so 1250 was like support. So I was like, all right, 1250 support. It broke during pre-market, and then at the open, basically 12, it was right at 12. So I was like, all right, let me just watch and see what it does here at 12. But let's go to the 1 minute, because I was watching the 1 minute for my entries. Zoom in over here. Same thing like the other one. We'll just zoom in here and work our way that way. But I'm gonna take off this EMA trend because it's kind of in the way, just so you guys can see it a little bit more clearly. Okay, so yeah, drop, boom, 1150, found some type of support there. So I was like, 1150. I told myself I was gonna buy between 12 to 11. So I figured 1150, not a bad place to start. So I scaled in there, and then it broke a little bit, and I was like, okay, now let me refer to the 1 hour trend, since the 30-minute trend broke. Now let me look at the 1 hour. The 1 hour was at 1080. So, but I was still keeping in mind at 11. So I'm like, okay, let me just see what it does here. It broke, made this low of the day, 1125, and then it reclaimed 1150. So I was like, wait, it reclaimed that level. Let me buy some more. And keep in mind, this whole time when I'm buying, I'm keeping my risk. You know, since I wasn't in that much here, I was gonna still risk under 11. So like 1090s. And then see kind of what it would do after that. Held, and then made another higher low over 1140s, and it made a new higher high over 1170. So then I added more. So I was like, all right, we got a higher low, a higher high. That means add. And then out of nowhere, it just went boof, back over 12. And I was like, that's it. That was the move, or sort of confirmation that I was looking for. A rip up, telling me that now the bottom is set, and now I can use the previous lower lows as a risk level. So now at this point, it ripped, and I was like, okay, maybe it's gonna pull back, but let's let it do its thing. So now 12 was key level, 1150 was still key level. And then right here, you know, it was gonna attempt to break over 1250, but it kind of failed. And then it broke down, and then it broke 12, and then it was getting, you know, and then it was creating these lower lows, and I was like, damn, I'm gonna be wrong. So at this point I was like, you know what, fuck it, if I'm wrong, I'll just leave my stop at the same spot, 1124. I was like, cause I since I had added over here, it kind of like brought my average up a little bit, but not too much. It was still around here, 1170, 1180. So I was like, I'll still risk 1124. So that's what, like 50 cents. But I wasn't in full size yet. And then, oh shit. Then we keep going. So then we're here. At first I was like, oh, let's see if it breaks this 1160. See, it broke, but then it reclaimed, and then it became support again. And I was like, oh, wait a minute, Okay, so then I put my line there, and I'm like, okay, so 1150 is now the new support, as opposed to 1125. So, and then the bigger picture trend, I drew this trend line. Look at that. Boom. Top. Top. See, kind of resisted there. Maybe that's why it stalled and failed. It was too fast. Maybe it needed to squeeze out some shorts again in order for it to continue higher. So, so literally, you know, basically, you know, made a higher low again right there. And I was like, all right, we're still near that. We're still near lows. I'm like, before it gets up over 12, let me just buy some. That way I could just move my risk up and still risk underneath this. Because if this didn't break, then that's a good support risk level. And then, so once I was here, I basically, you know, added more size after this green candle on this red candle. And then as it got up to 1250, that previous high, I was like, I'm gonna sell some. I'm gonna sell some if it gets to that 1250, then 1275. 13 was my next target. And then again, you know, kind of attempted right here, but it broke down, and I was like, oh shit, maybe I should just let me take out some more just to be a little more secure, because I didn't want it to go back under 12 and then have to cut it basically back where I bought this one. But then again, see, kind of it broke that 1250, or broke 1238, but then it reclaimed. So I was like, all right, this is good. It can squeeze back over that previous high. So once it did that, at the 13, I was like, you know, I'm gonna start selling here. 1290s, 1290s, 13, 1310, 1320. And that point, and then 1325 was the key resistance. As you can see right here, 1325, key resistance. So I was just like, you know what, I'm just gonna sell all of it here. Get out. I really wanted 1375, but I didn't want to get greedy. So I just sold all of it there. And now, see, now it's just like downtrending back down. It could easily go back up, but I'm glad I got out there, because that was pretty much near the high of the day as of now. And I didn't want to be holding it another hour. It was like 1 hour and a half trade. So overall, I think it was a pretty decent trade in my part. Kind of played it well as far as like my scaling, my risk level, and patience. This thing requires some patience. So see, volume starting to die down. So after this big one, it was a good thing to sell into these high volume candles. But yeah, that's pretty much it. Nrxp trade. Comment down below if you have any questions or comments or whatever. Don't forget to like the video, subscribe if you haven't already. I got more of these coming if there's more trades, obviously. And we'll see you guys on the next one. Peace.